Well, hello, boys and girls. It's When I Feel Like a Clock. And I'm Pearl of Wisdom. You're listening to NHL Pearls of Wisdom. Coming from my bathroom, as we all should know by now, because I downsized, because I had a few things happen in my life. I have a lot of people living in my environment. It's not very private, so we use the bathroom because I don't stop. I'm not going to let things get me down. I'm not going to let the world stop me from bringing you pearls daily, am I? No. And you should live your dreams too, boys and girls, even if you got to do it from the bathroom. Okay. Yesterday I was 50%. I was wrong on the Arizona winning thing, but right with the Canucks. However, I told you not to bet both, so you didn't bet both, did you? Right. Especially the Arizona game. I did say that it was going to go likely an overtime or shootout scenario, and I also remind you that shootouts don't count, do they? Not in my world anyways. Okay, so, oh yeah, right, we have a letter about from Perry Parkington from Edmonton, Alberta. Cool, my hometown. Not hometown, my town now. I'm from Toronto originally. But he asked, what can the Oilers do to get some secondary scoring? And that's a fine question, my friend. This is a fine letter altogether. Well written. I love your handwriting. It's so perfect. Like, do you use a stencil or something? It's amazing. But anyways, I'm going to do a video on that today, probably. And not just about the Oilers, so feel free to come in whatever your team is. I'm going to do a video on some players out there that can be had for a cheap price to add to your offense, but specifically for the Oilers because they are specifically bad in that area. Let's get to some picks for tomorrow or for today. Oh, by the way, make sure I am coming from the bathroom, and to help me with that, what you're going to do is you're going to hit the subscribe button, then you're going to hit the bell, and we are going to become YouTube sensations together. And I'm going to travel to where you are, and we're going to do videos together. Whoever comments in the sections in the bottom and talks to me, one day soon, because our subscriber and viewing is going to go through the roof because we are going to greatness. I'm going to come and we are going to do videos together in our private Pearls of Wisdom jet. Yeah, YouTube sensation jet, if you want to call it. So do that, because I would love to get to know you, my friends, my fans, my loved ones. Okay, picks for today. Sharks, Bruins. I watched, the Sharks are just totally disheveled. I don't know. There is no continuity there. Carlson and Burns look like they're the only ones really doing anything. It's like their transition game has just gone to shit, and they've got the two best transition defensemen in the league. It's really hard to understand. Not to mention, goaltending has been an issue. And when goaltending is an issue, it doesn't matter how good you are, because goaltending is everything in hockey, isn't it? Well, it's almost everything. It's a lot of everything. Bruins win 5-2. Capitals versus the Leafs. The Leafs are having the same sort of issue. They have a fantastic transition defense with Barry and Riley, and it doesn't seem to be connecting. Also, the old school guys who talk about needing grit and grime and all of those things like that. And Babcock himself mentioning the fact that Toronto needs that, and I have to concur. They really got to, when they traded Kadri, I was like, that was a bad move. I know they got Barry back. It's only for 1 year. He was the only grit they had. And they need some more players like that. It's just, I'm sorry, Mr. Dubas, but you can bang your head against the wall again all you want and try to get the analytics to win games. It just doesn't. And I'm not against analytics, but there has to be a balance. Flyers versus Penguins. Sounds like Galchenyuk could be back. Either way, poor Carter Hart, having a tough time in this. Maybe Hextall had a point. that maybe we don't bring Carter Hart up as fast as we have. I don't know. But until I see something out of Carter Hart that shows that he's getting through whatever he's going through, I got to take the opposition. I'm taking the Penguins 3-2. I would not bet this game though, because Carter Hart can snap out of it any time, and Flyers with good goaltending should beat the Penguins. Flames versus the Kings. Flames are having a up and down season as well. Can't seem to find consistency. I'm not really sure what's going on there, but Gaudreau is not putting up the points. There seems to be a confidence issue. And until I see otherwise, I'm certainly not going against the Canes. I'm taking the Canes 4-1. Here, the thing about this is Rittich. And you know what? Go on the under in this. Rittich is keeping the Flames in playoff contention. He's playing amazing. Go on under. I'm going to say 2-1 or 2-1. 2-1. Bolts versus the Rangers. The Rangers without Zibanejad. He's day to day. If Zibanejad's in, they could possibly beat the Bolts, but I'm taking the Bolts 4-2. I like the fact that the Rangers have Georgiev in net. I think that's the better thing, but I still don't think they win. Oilers versus the Wings. Now, which Oiler team is going to show up? But against a Wings team who seem to realize that they're not good enough in their own heads, I think the Oilers should win this 5-2. I would probably take an over on this too. Smith has his days, and the Wings with Howard, same thing. They're average goaltenders with a lot of scoring power for the Oilers especially. So I'd take the over, and I'm saying 5-2. Wild versus the Stars. Apparently Dubnyk is hurt, or I don't know what's happening with them, but the Wild have Stalick in net. With Stalick in net, I think the Stars could go do an over on this and blow it right out, like 6-2, something like that. Except that they're having confidence issues, and it doesn't seem to be going away. So I'm taking the Stars 3-2. And the Jets versus the Ducks. Well, the Ducks are just real, aren't they? Dallas Eakins, I said it when he was an Oiler. I said it was a bad mistake that they got rid of him. Looks like it looks like that. Well, I mean, they have Tippett now, so that's great. But they went through a long period getting a guy like Tippett, who they should have had before they even got him. But Dallas Eakins did a fantastic job when he was an Oiler. Wasn't his fault. He had a really bad roster to work with. And Gibson seems is going to be in net. I think the Ducks should win this 4-2. The Jets' defense is too poor. I don't know how to say it any other way. They just lost way too much with Byfuglien, Myers, and Trouba. How do you lose 3 of your top 6? And they're still a 500 team, which isn't too bad, but they have to do something about it here somewhere along the line, I would think. So watch out for my video about players that cheapy players out there that you might be able to grab to fill out your roster. And I might even do a Leafs thing on what's happening with the Leafs as well. I gotta have a nap first though, right? We gotta have naps. 14 naps a day is what I suggest. I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna start that too, a video on proper napping. Till then, have a great day and lots of love to you.